do when I get up to my YouTube. But anyways, welcome everyone to this episode of Just Joshing. I'm your host, Josh Pintoresco. I write stuff in podcasts too, and today is a special drink and draw with Krysinski. Right? Did I say that right? Did I screw up?
No.
Okay, say your name.
Kate Krysinski.
Kate Krysinski. Did I
Yeah,
get it?
you got it.
No, how are you today? Like, how is life treating you? How is life going?
It's good. I just got home from work, but I want to paint,
That's cool. I am looking at drawing too. We're going to be doing, I guess we've come to the first conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, that is Pokemon is going to be the very first thing. That's why the song is in my head,
Yeah.
I don't know which Pokemon I'm going to draw. Maybe I tried Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff kicked my ass. Like, Jigglypuff legitimately kicked my ass. The eyes.
Really?
Well, he didn't put me to sleep, but the eyes have to be like just right? And
yeah, if you're off on the proportions. Yep. Even circles are hard.
Yes. Oh no. It's so easy. Giant. No, God, no. Jigglypuff, you kicked my ass.
You got to trace a cup or something. That's what I do.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I should. But it's it's one of those things where you learn. Like, the biggest thing I've learned doing art is it is always way more. It's more than I. How do I put this? It was more math than I expected. That's exactly how I'm going to. I did not realize when I started drawing that there'd be so much math to it.
I know. Well, I have the same problem. I always tend to paint bigger than my canvas, so my stuff will be cut off. I'm like, oh, if only I had the math element to better plan out this.
Yeah, no, but it is. There's a ton of math to it. I would never have imagined that shapes, figures like that. I had probably the best first lesson is that, the best first lesson I got is, it do things in a small form. Right, do things in a tiny form and go with it and go with it and go to the smallest elements out there, and then from there go bigger, go and make it bigger. And it's wait, there's so much little math. Triangle, square. It's and then you start seeing all these different shapes, and then you're like, okay, this is way more than I ever expected it to be.
Yeah, it's easier to look at things as little segments and pieces though than the bigger picture sometimes.
Oh yeah, it actually helped me in my writing quite a bit too, because what tends to happen there is I now look at bigger set pieces in my writing as now little pieces. I'm actually doing little pieces a lot better now, because it's just I'm not skipping the details quite so often. It's screw the details. No, I'm actually looking at them and working on them and doing them, and it's gonna, yeah. So, but that's me. It's taught me a lot. So for you, when did you start drawing?
I always have. I remember being really inspired by Sonic the Hedgehog and Lion King when I was little, cartoons, Looney Tunes, all that stuff, and trying to imitate drawing that. And I look back on the stuff I draw then where kids were like, whoa, you drew that? And a fox was the thing I would always draw. It was just triangles and little cartoon eyes. And I was, so good. It's funny now, but it was always something I was doing that I guess other kids weren't as active in.
Oh, okay. So just that was your thing. What was your cartoon? What were you drawing as a kid?
Oh, animals, a fox. Yeah.
Fox.
It was my signature thing.
So would you do traditional foxes, or would you do the traditional Kitsune foxes? What kind of foxes are your thing? I imagine they're still your thing.
That are still now. I paint more realistic stuff, but when I was younger, it was cartoon, furry art and stuff. I like stuff like that. I was into Sonic the Hedgehog. There was this whole online message board, I guess, called Team Art Tale that used to have artists that would upload furry characters, and I was really into it. It was my goal to be on that webpage as an artist one day. the webpage is now defunct, but it was there for a while. It was like RPGs and stuff.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, I'm a nerd.
You're a nerd. So what's your RPGs of choice? What did you grow up with? What did you go up with the RPGs of?
Well, within that realm, mine was a little gray cat named Twister with like a scar on the eye.
Okay, yeah. that was what you. So did you like I should ask, did you video game or did you actually campaign, like do campaigns?
Well, you know what? It was all just like with art stuff and doing that and like creating these characters and stuff. But when I got older, about last year, I played Dungeons and Dragons for the first time. My sister and I went to Barnes and Noble and we were interested in doing it. And on the aisle that had the handbooks, there was a note that was like, if you want to play, call this phone number. And we're like, whoa, this is cool, like a movie. So we called it, and it was a group. We were the oldest people there besides the dungeon master. It was younger kids, but that was my first time actually participating in a real RPG type of thing.
Ooh. So did you like it? Did you enjoy
Yeah,
it?
it was fun. And then, it was in person. And then when COVID happened, they took it online, and it wasn't the same effect as doing
it. The intimate interactions, with people is that's what makes RPG fun, man. And you don't when you get to play, it's always way better than how do I put this? It's always way better because here's the thing, right? I'm looking at you. You're gonna be fun. I tell jokes. I've made you laugh and terrible, but I don't have the eye contact. I don't have like those little intimate little moments that really make a conversation worthwhile, right? Because that's the best stuff, right? It's not even what you do so much, it's who you do it with. And I learned this in my dating life of all things. It's like I don't really care what we do. I'm with you, and that's the best thing. Gaming is much the same way in the sense that I don't care what we do. I'm just going to do it with you.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean that's it, right? So, but do you still play? Are you still playing with your group?
No, I didn't, because I didn't have the connection once it was online as much, where then I started feeling like, well, if I'm just going to be like sitting at home, I should be painting. So I broke up with them. I felt bad.
Sorry.
I still am friends with the dude, and I would do it again if it comes back to in person. But
it'll come back eventually. At some point it will come back. Or we'll all just smuggle away to a beach somewhere. You can't go out and play. Watch us.
Yeah.
Right. Right. But I mean, that's that's our inner dystopian novel coming to play in this crazy time. But that all said, no, just looking at the world and stuff like that is like, yeah. I mean, role playing is like a good way to make friends, and like it's fun. I've been a GM. Like I GM'd a Shadowrun. So what I did. So here's how nerdy I am. See, I took Roger Zelazny's Amber series. Like I'm a big reader, and I took the Shadowverse world and I combined them, and I made this like really cool little world, and I was ghosting and doing all kinds of things. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I had a blast, and I love being able to manipulate my players. But the best thing about that too is my favorite story about that is I introduced Puck, like the trickster Puck, into the story just as a one and done. I wasn't planning on doing anything with them. They talk themselves into working for him. My plan was he comes in, creates a little chaos, gets to develop some things with the characters, goes on, because that's what Puck does. One of my characters ended up working directly for him. Another one, they all kind of just switch allegiance to him, which is like, okay, well, we'll go with that. I can do what I was planning with this character with Puck. I can make it a little bit more. He's more of a dick because he's Puck, but it was like watching them just like they literally went in and it was like, this is incredible.
You have to have a good imagination to do that much or to even participate. Like that's what makes it fun. It is creative in that way.
Oh yeah, it's storytelling. Like at the end of the day, what we're doing when we like telling stories as a species. Like I can tell the story about this crazy killer jar of dirt named Beetle Stuff, and then we can talk about his wild adventures out there, and you'd be like, I don't know why the fuck should I care about this jar of dirt, but he's hilarious, right? And I can do that, and it can be fun, And you might tell a character about your fox that you do when you were a kid because it's cool. It's like taking those pieces of yourself that you're willing to share with the world. Like again, our very nature is we connect, we share, we move. That's who we are as a species.
Yeah.
So like our RPGing is like the how do I put this? It's almost like the best way to do it. It's like this nerdy way of hey, we can make shit up, right? And have fun. I mean, sports teams do the same thing. I can make shit
True.
up and like go with it, right? Hey,
Yes.
my team's the best in the world. It's like, no, you're not. Your epic says this. Shut up. My team's awesome. I mean, we do it all the time. We make stories up about why our I used to, when I was a sports guy, hockey guy, when the Red Wings are good, I would come up with these arrogant stories why they're so awesome. And then when they sucked, I would just make shit up. It's like, they're still good. They're still good.
Someone jinxed them. Well, imagine how I feel. I'm from San Diego, so we had the Chargers, then they left to LA, and that's how I know. It's like, that was only my team because they were the San Diego team.
I love San Diego. I wish I was there. It's such a cool city. It's such a cool city.
Yeah, where are you?
Windsor, Ontario, Canada.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's far away, right? No,
Yeah.
I love I went to San Diego about 12 years ago, and in San Diego, I got this this bread and breakfast, and when I woke up, right beside me there was a comic shop right beside me. It was right by the beach, and it was like,
Nice.
why didn't I stay? Why didn't I stay? I should have stayed. Looking back on it, I had the opportunity to do it. I didn't see it for what it was. I wish I had because that would have been so cool and so much fun. And
yeah, it's pretty rad here.
yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. No, it's like there's 4 cities in the States I've lived in. One of them, San Diego.
Yeah, San Diego. Where else?
Phoenix, Las Vegas, maybe Seattle.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Seattle's the maybe on that list. Vegas is fun. I've lived in Phoenix before. I like Phoenix a lot. And San Diego, though, I think would be the dream. Well, there would be one other spot. Sorry, I'm lying. I'd go to Hawaii. If the price of houses are going to continue to be expensive everywhere, this is like a nihilistic point of view about it. They're going to be expensive everywhere. You might just go where you want to go. Fuck it, I'll go to Hawaii. I don't care. I can be a beach, but I can go fishing. I can go literally fishing there and eat. Food is not a problem. Roof, that might be a problem, but fishing, I can fish, right?
Well, at least, like, even with the roof, even when it rains, it's still warm there, so it's not.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's not like terrible. I mean, tsunamis suck.
Yeah, true.
Nobody's perfect. No, there's no such thing as a perfect solution in anywhere,
No.
right? So, yeah, it's kind of one of those deals where you just look at it and go, right? It's like, but San Diego would be cool because again, you guys got a beach. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Right? Pretty women
blows
there.
My mind to think that some people have never been to a beach before, and I think a lot of us that live here do take it for granted.
Oh, sure. Well, it's right there, right? If you guys wanted to go, like,
Yeah.
if tomorrow, like, I imagine you guys are still going outside and doing things. I imagine that's become the go-to for everybody here.
Yeah.
There. You go to the beach, you swim.
Yep. Do it all.
Yeah, exactly. And then you swim, you surf, you chill, and you do that every day. It's like when the first time you go, it's like, oh, this is so cool. This is awesome. If it's day 5, I really want to drink some beer somewhere else, anywhere else, right? Because again, it's no joke. It's a majestic, wonderful, beautiful thing. But everything, the true novelty of everything is how special it is. Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Anything, what do they say? Like familiarity breeds contempt.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. Or at the very least, you take it for granted.
Yeah.
You take it for granted, right? So, and then you don't want to do that. What you want to do is, you want to how do I word this and put this? You want to appreciate those moments for what they are. It's like, hey, I get this really cool thing. It's remembering the little victories and the places and things and the little wonders that are around you all the time. If you can do that, your world is always filled with magic. She's nodding.
Yes. Well, I'm in the room right now. I have a pet rabbit with Rupert, and like when you said that, I just looked over him. I'm like, yep, it's the little things. You know what I mean? Like I get excited to come home from work to feed the rabbit dinner.
But again, it's a little part of light. So how long you've had Rupert? Is Rupert shy?
Well, here, I'll show you him. We've had him just about a year now. Yeah. He's a little lop rabbit, but we got him because my sister was on Craigslist looking for the free furniture section, and there was a rabbit listed on there for free. And oddly enough, it was like a week after we'd watched that "Don't Fuck with Cats" documentary, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, we can't have a rabbit on there for free. Someone's gonna take him, or do something messed up with him. So immediately we went and got him and picked him up.
Aw.
Yeah.
Who's we? Like just your roommates? You and your roommates?
No, my sister and I.
Ah, so you guys live together?
Yeah, we did at that point. She moved out now, but yeah.
Are you oldest or youngest?
Older.
Oh, okay. I have a younger sister too, so I know you love them, but at the same time you're like, I'm glad you got your space. You're glad you got mine. It's not even like a bad thing. It's just when you always remember the stuff that little kids. There's that relationship dynamic is always there.
Yes.
And as an adult, you're an adult. You see them a little differently, but still at the end of the day, like I'm always going to remember the fact that I used to pin down and tickle my sister. It's never going to go away. You know what I mean? Right? And you vice versa. I don't know what evil things you guys did to each other, but that's how you bonded and grew up, and like it's real, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're lucky. We're still close. Like we were close growing up, but
but I mean, you drove each other crazy a little bit too, and I'm saying that in like the best ways, right? Because again, true love is not, oh, I love you and I love you too. It's when you can tell somebody what you really think.
Yeah, accept everything.
Yeah, exactly. That's real love. That's the real nature of love. And so your sisters, my sister does the same thing. She can tell me anything she wants. She can call me an asshole. It's fine. Like she can do it. There's a couple other people that can do it, but she can do it for sure.
Yeah.
So it's like when you get to that point where they're older, it's still there, even a little bit. It's like their big sister. You're gonna look after your little sister. You're gonna make sure she's taken care of, right? Because it's like it's just what you do. But vice versa, they take care of you too. Like they're in your corner as well.
Yes.
Yeah. So that all said, I think we're ready to draw. Are you ready to draw?
I am. Wait, so should I like get a pad of paper and draw? Like how long is it?
No, do it your way. Like what do you normally do?
I normally paint, but I'm just saying I don't know what if I take longer than you or something.
That's okay.
Okay.
It's about you, right? It's about you. You paint something, you're going to show us why you're awesome. That's
okay.
What you're going to do, right? And then from there, we'll see where it goes. Let's just see where it goes. So I said Pokemon. So talk about your Pokemon choice here, because you like monsters. I thought we'd have some fun with monsters today.
Okay. Yes. I choose Vulpix.
Vulpix. Okay.
Vulpix is always my favorite. I mentioned the foxes, and evolves into Ninetales, who's also one of the coolest Pokemon in my opinion. Not necessarily like battle wise, just aesthetically.
I'm gonna go with the Degar.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna try to draw. I'm gonna see if that works.
Well,
and I will probably be faster than you, but that doesn't really mean anything, really, because that just means like you. Here's what I've noticed. This is
what
I learned why art takes longer when you get older. I learned why. It's this.
Why?
You know more shit. True. You know more shit. You can look. Like here, I'll show you. I did Mew a while ago. You want to see my Mew?
Yeah. Cute.
Yeah, I did Mew. What I've learned. Mm-hmm. What I've learned is that when you start, you only see so many details.
That's true.
And get older, you see more details. Hey, I didn't notice that was there before. Right?
Then it's also like from looking back on stuff too. Like I don't know about you. I'm my own worst critic, going back and like, oh, I forgot to, make the ear that same size.
Yeah, but that's part of the fun too, right? You grow that way. Like you don't just how do I put this? Right? You don't just um, you don't just get to seeing all these details on the first time you do something. That comes with a lot of practice, right?
Yeah, it
A lot.
does.
Yeah, right. So what's happened is the reason it takes longer to do shit when you do art is it's because you have gotten actually better at it because you see more, right? So the challenge then when you get older and wiser at this art thing is you got to remember what the hell is important about the story I'm telling.
Practice.
Yes.
And experience is what makes it
better, right?
Yes. Well, I feel like if there wasn't growth or improvement in your art, you'd feel dismayed.
Well, maybe. Or in my case, I might have accidentally did the thing from Looney Tunes the first time I tried drawing this guy. The guy, you remember that big guy with the giant hair? That like he's like this big pile of hair and monster eyes and stuff like that. Might have accidentally drawn his face. Maybe. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out. But this is my first attempt at him. I'm going to do another attempt at him. I think I can do better than this. I'm certain I can do better than this. By the way, thanks for coming today. I really needed you. I really needed to do something like this today. Our drawing is good, Zen.
It's always nice. I like doing live painting or things like this because it's a no excuses art time thing. It's like I committed to this and I'm doing it, and there's no getting lost in other BS things. I get distracted sometimes.
Yep. No, it's easy to get distracted. Like like tonight when we're done, I'm going to be watching AEW Dynamite because I'm a wrestling nerd. I'm a wrestling nerd. Wrestling nerd.
I've like never gotten into wrestling, but I did see, I don't know, now that I'm older and I looked at like some of the costumes or characters, it's kind of like what we were talking about with the RPG things. Like it's pretty creative.
Oh, absolutely.
No,
absolutely. No, if you look at pro wrestling, okay, you look at superheroes.
Yeah.
Right? Pro wrestling is like that borderline between superheroes and porn. Sounds really.
There was like this guy that he has like a sock puppet.
Yes.
And it's like you know who I'm talking about? And I'm
yes,
like,
I do.
Otherwise, he looks like a heavy metal dude, and I'm like, that's pretty wild. And like, it just became a character. Like, I don't know, I kind of like it.
Hey, listen. I don't know about you, but I would not want to fight a guy that talked to a sock puppet.
Right, I know. Like, it adds like this element of like, oh, you're a real crazy dude or something.
Exactly. It's like, especially when they talk back.
Well, if you talk shit to him, who talks back, him or the puppet? Both?
Sometimes it's both. And then you're like, oh shit, what the hell did I walk into? And you're like, I don't know. Right? I don't know. I'll just wrestle. I was trying to be intimidating, but now I don't know whether he's going to eat me or not in the ring. And I just don't want to get pinned by the sock puppet.
I know. And does he have multiples, or is it just the same dirty sock?
Probably it's the same one. Probably. Yeah. But no, it's one of those things where okay, so I'm going to show you my first attempt, and I think
Okay,
I'm going to
let's
show you my
see.
first attempt. I don't think I did it. Kind of looks like the face. The face looks like I screwed up. I royally screwed up the face.
No.
But first time.
Yeah.
We'll try number 2. We'll do attempt number 2 because I think I can do this better. I think. I hope.
Of course you can. You can always, every time it's an improvement because you get to practice the muscle memory the first time, right?
Yeah. Indeed, indeedio. But no, it's like we're going to make him cool. We are going to make him cool or cool-ish. But that's okay. Yours looks wow. You do like foxes a lot.
Yeah, they're cool. They're cool animals.
So, where did that love of foxes come from? Is there a particular like story behind that?
I don't know. I was like raised to love animals, but I distinctly remember like Beatrix Potter books and like I collected the figurines and everything. And they had the one called Foxy Loxy. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know that's I have seen that book. Yes.
Okay. Well, I was really into that book, and then Tails from Sonic the Hedgehog was super cool. Like I used to have those comic books and watch the show and have the video game when I was little. And then The Fox and the Hound, that movie too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, and Robin Hood, the one with the fox.
Yes. Okay, so that one, I got a fun story with that Robin Hood.
Let's get it.
So, do you remember the intro, the band intro of all the animals showing up at the start of the show? It kind of gives you a sense that this whole thing's a play. Like that's what they gave you, that whole sense. That front, do 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 do.
Yeah.
Right, remember that?
Yes.
I do. So, then Dad used to play for harmonica. I'm sorry, I'm distracted drawing this picture. It's already better. Ish. Right. So, anyways, Dad did the harmonica, and he would sometimes do the intro because I used to love that movie. I used to love Robin Hood and Sword of the Stone were my favorite 2 Disney movies.
Yeah, Sword of the Stone's good too.
Yeah. So, what I think would happen is he would play the harmonica with the introduction with Robin Hood, right? So I tried it at 7 years old. I almost got it. I missed it by a note. Like, with a harmonica, it's actually pretty wicked sounding song. So.
Well, it's like pretty good though at 7 years old to just have this skill. Like to you, it just happened, but to me, I'm not musically inclined. So for someone to be able to just listen to something and figure out how to do that, like I can't do that.
Well, I tried again. I think the first time I was lucky because I didn't get it the second or third time, but it was one of those things where, yay, it's better. It's better. The whole thing about this Pokemon is his face. His face makes or breaks this story. It's the difference between, hi, I'm a happy-go-lucky foreigner to I'm trying to kill you.
Yeah, boogeyman.
Yeah. Right.
Did you have the Pokemon cards and stuff too?
I'm not a Pokemon card guy. I was a Yu-Gi-Oh and Magic the Gathering card guy.
Okay.
Right, because I really enjoyed the game.
Yeah, I don't know. I always liked the art on the Magic the Gathering stuff, but I never got to play the game.
So Magic is a math game. When you break it up, if you break it all down, okay.
Yeah.
It's all down. It's all about math, right? Creatures have power and toughness. There's cost to everything, and sometimes they have these like really really cool effects. Sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Right. Sometimes, and sometimes So what you have to figure out is, okay, I'm trying to get my opponent to 0. So that's 20. So if I pay 1 to deal 1 damage, this is just the math of the game, right? Sounds more complicated than it is. That's okay. But if I pay 1 to deal 2 damage, right? That's better, right? Straightforward, right?
Yeah.
Straightforward. So this is where it gets tricky. Well, what if that card? What if that card that does 1 damage, just 1 damage, stays on the board and just does that damage? But if that card that does 2 damage goes to the graveyard, you can only do it once. Which one's actually better, right? Sometimes the spell is still better, but sometimes it's not, right? And that's where the game gets tricky and tricksy and stuff like that.
That's where it becomes a strategy game.
Yes. Exactly. Right. That is the strategy, right? And that is the whole point of the game. Like Pokemon's the same way. Yu-Gi-Oh is the same way. Just the numbers are bigger. Yu-Gi-Oh was everything was thousands or hundreds. I can do hundreds of damage or thousands of damage. But to be honest, it's like it doesn't matter if the number's 20 or 8, right? Or 8,000. It's over 8,000. I don't know if you ever watched Japanese anime.
I've watched some. Like I watched I don't know like all the Sailor Moon or certain ones, but I recently was reading the Berserk manga, and then when I was little, I liked Vampire Hunter D. Like I like the darker stuff like that.
You like it. You like your bad guys being bad, and you like your good guys being kind of dark.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. That's a good description, I think. Yeah.
So Kate Krysinski likes dark characters and darker men. I'm teasing you. I hope that's okay.
That's fine.
Yeah. It's all good. Like, right. But that's almost there. I'm almost on the second. The second one's better. Second one, it's cutesy, which is what I'm going for with Pokemon. Because Pokemon are by nature, they're cute monsters. They're
yes.
cute.
Isn't it, like yeah.
Oh, see, first one. Hey, a face only a mother could love. Better.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Better. I can do this. I can do this a little better.
Yeah. So it's like, is that one of the newer Pokemon too?
Apparently, yeah. I just picked a Pokemon at random.
Okay, I was like, at first when you said the name, I just kind of like nodded. I'm like, okay, and I was rocking.
I have no idea who that is. That's
yeah.
Okay. I have no idea who that is. No, my favorite Pokemon. My favorite. If I have to look back at Pokemon, my favorite stuff was Team Rocket.
Yeah, Meowth.
There's Meowth. But I just like that introduction to protect the world from devastation, to unite all peoples within our nation, to denounce the evils of truth and love, to extend our reach to the stars above. Jesse, James, I can still remember that. I've been brainwashed. Kate.
Well, they definitely had the best outfits and hair.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
They were the bad guys you enjoyed having them lose.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, kind of similar to like Power Rangers format too, where it's like you guys are still like a bad guy coalition. What's going on?
Yeah,
they still hire you to do this stuff.
Hey, listen, Bulk and Skull are the smartest actors on the planet. Think about that. They spent 20 years. Playing bad guys on Power Rangers. Hey man, that's a sweet gig.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
That's a sweet gig. Right? I would. Hey, listen. If you paid me that kind of money, I'd get my ass kicked every day.
Well, and in a costume too, whatever.
Yeah. Hey, listen. I'm getting paid to get beaten up. Yeah. You know, hey, you're paying me to get stood up to by so I can inspire kids. I'm in. I'm totally in. Totally in. Right.
Yeah.
You know, that's me. That's me. I'm thinking to do something evil and nefarious with Team Rocket or not. I'm debating it. That'll be, I think, mine. Whatever you choose to do next is all you. If you want to keep doing what you're doing, though, that's cool too.
Oh,
So,
I get to pick what we're doing next?
yes, you do.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm just going to do it on the same canvas and I'm just going to end up with like a really weird painting at the end of this then.
Is that what you want? I mean, this is like you can keep doing Pokemon. Like it's your this is as much you as it is me at this point.
Okay, well, how do you feel about drawing or painting skulls?
We can do that.
Okay.
I have a theory about women, by the way. I have a theory about women. Now I should ask them if they want flowers, chocolate, or skulls. This is what I've asked. See, some women answer that question. Skulls.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why skull? Okay. I it's just me. It's just me trying to understand this.
Yeah.
Ooh, the love of skulls. Where does that come from?
Oh, I don't know. I've always it's like a weird thing, right? Because like I like animals, but like I collect like skulls and like I'm into like taxidermy and things like that too. And I think it's just the parallel of like life and death. Like it's interesting to know what's inside.
Absolutely. No, it totally is.
Yeah.
No, I look at it kind of from the point of view that it's an interesting thing because I see the sweetest women I've ever met. They're literally sweethearts. Flowers, chocolate, maybe later. Skulls. Ooh, skulls. And I'll keep a skull. And I'm looking at that and I'm like, I don't understand. See, but then again, from an ancestor point of view, this is just purely an ancestor point of view. My ancestry is German and multi. So the German half of me, you know, would probably like date these women that wanted, hey, everybody loves Digimon. Well, most people love Digimon. Also, very addicting song there, Krapmosh Jank. Did I say that right? I hope I said that right. He said, yeah, we have a chat, we have a guest chat. So, yeah, I love Digimon. Said, yeah, Digimon rules. But no, I just like from a dating perspective, it's just like I'm sure my ancestor literally like slayed the skull, like the enemy had the woman he was trying to impress. He would come in, he'd slay them, and then show up with this giant like skull, and which would both like turn her on and scare her at the same time. And I think you're right because he just killed my enemy and presented the skull. That's a little weird.
The head on a platter. Like that's a great romantic gesture.
Yeah, see, and it's the women like women dig that shit, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
It's like I don't fully understand it, but at the same time I kind of do, right? Right. If I hand you the skull of my enemies, that will show I will be strong and protect you from all kinds of strange and wonderful things out there. I think that's the instinctual part of it.
Yeah.
But at the flip side, it's just like I never thought I'd have to ask that question. What kind of skull do you like? It's like one of those things. Yeah. Or some, yeah, you know, or maybe not so innocent creature, depending on if they're Krapmo. I don't know, right? It's one of those things where just like something I've always understand. But again, you're not feeling like I have friends. I've met like friends in metal. They love skulls. They love skulls. They're the sweetest people in the world too. They're like, you're such a sweetheart. Yes, but you've got such a mountain of skulls around you.
Yeah.
How does that work? Right. Again, no judgment. It's just like one of those oddities. It's like, note to self: if I ever date Kate, bring a skull. That'll be like a first. That's the first point. That's just totally a first point, right? But it's just like, yeah, it's one of those things where you just look at it and go, whoa, right, cool, right, and I don't know. It just always seems weird to me. It's a little weird, but at the same time, it's like, so for you, it's fluffy bunnies.
Yeah. Right? Well, Rupert's like the first fluffy bunny. I have tarantulas. Like I have a bunch of pet tarantulas. So Rupert was kind of my first pet that's affectionate. I mean, I had dogs when I was little, but not for years as an adult.
So like you're like, I'm not into this affectionate shit, and then you get older, you're like, maybe I am into this affectionate shit.
I know, I'm like, he's so cute. I mean, I don't know. I felt I'm glad that we got him. It's different though for me to have, most of my pets are like not hands-on pets, you know? So it's different for me to come home from work and have an animal like run up like, hi. I haven't had that really.
Yeah. No, I got it. I'm making a crap most things. I have a girl that I was into, like a head of the lizard. She told the teacher on me. Well, not everyone likes skulls. It's like some do prefer chocolate. Some do prefer chocolate. Some do prefer flowers, although that flowers thing is not the common thing people think it is. It's actually the one where it's kind of like the one that people go lame. I don't know. That's what I've noticed. I could be wrong on that one, but it's like someone presents you a flower, you're gonna be like, are you gonna be like,
Well, I don't know. Like, it depends. My boyfriend's gotten me flowers, and like because it's from him, it's been cool. But like, times in the past when I was younger, I've had dudes do that, and I was like, oh, lame, you know. But
yeah, exactly.
I think it is when you get older, you do get an appreciation for these things more.
Yeah. So I'm gonna ask this, and please don't beat me. How old are you?
I'm 33.
You look younger. Like you look a little
good.
younger. Yeah.
All the skulls I have, all the energy from the skulls.
Oh, that's right. All of the skulls of her enemies laid there down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's totally cool. Totally cool. Well, alcohol and cocaine is interesting crap, but I would just tell you, like, cocaine's kind of overrated. Nothing good comes from it, and alcohol is maybe it's a nicety, not a necessity. Most women really, from what I've learned, is they want you to show that you're paying attention to them.
Yeah,
they care about that. They care that you notice them, and they care that you're engaged. The rest doesn't.
I would say like a personalized gift for anyone, but like especially in the dating realm, means a lot more than generic things. You know, like it's nice when someone like remembers, you know, what you said your favorite band was, or you know, remembers like a childhood memory you talked about.
Yeah, because then they give a shit, right? Like what that like that's the thing. Like I could be like, I think you're amazingly beautiful and wonderful, blah 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 blah, and you'll like a compliment to a point. Mm-hmm. What am I really noticing about you? Like that's the real question I think a lot of women ask. Now, you just like if you just want a one and done, I mean, it's possible, but there comes a point even with that, like that gets old. Like really, no one, like the older you get, you most. Here's what I care about when I'm dating somebody: can I talk to you? Can I have fun with you? Can I work with you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All those three elements make up an actual worthy relationship. I think. I don't know. I've had things when I was younger too, and like you look back and it's like I don't even think I liked that person.
Nope, probably not. Probably not. You know, it was during points like, you know what, it seems like fun. Like there was in the moment, why not? Looking back, you're like, you're looking back, you're like, you know, looking back, I did a lot of stupid things with the words why not. I did a lot, like not just that person, but other things, like other things. That all said, the risks we take kind of make us who we are.
True.
Mm-hmm. The risks we take tend to kind of make us who we are, and that's kind of like, you know, that's kind of the scary thing. It's kind of like one of those things where it's just like, you know, I did a lot of stupid things when I was younger, and I'm still going to be doing stupid things well into I'm older, wiser, and stuff.
The human condition.
Yeah. Well, I like honestly, I'm probably going to be doing like stupid things all the way until I'm probably dead, and I'm good with that. I'm good with being wrong. I'm good with being like, I don't need to be right about everything.
No,
right?
It's impossible.
It's impossible. So let's just go with it, right?
Yes.
Right. But also we got skulls. What kind of skull do you want me to draw?
A human skull.
A human skull. Okay.
You know, you were talking about practicing from memory. That's like one thing that I can distinctly paint proportionally accurate from memory without a reference photo or anything because I've done so many of them.
That's amazing. So I'm gonna ask this: are you a metal fan by any chance? Like,
yeah, absolutely. I know I'm wearing a skinny puppy shirt and that's industrial, but like I like metal too. You?
I'm a metal guy. I
Awesome.
like so my bands of choice are like Amon Amarth.
Okay. Yes.
Nightwish.
Yeah, I like Nightwish. I have tickets to see Cradle of Filth. They're playing in San Diego. I don't know if you like them. Some people.
I'm
like
okay. I'm so with them. They had their moments.
Yeah, from the Cradle to Enslave. That's like one of my favorite albums. A lot of people think it's like, you know, but I like them. And then, do you like Ministry?
I haven't actually listened to Ministry yet. I'm more of the European power metal guy. Like,
Okay.
That's who I am as a metal guy. But I definitely would listen to them. Like I totally would.
Yeah, you should. It's good.
Yeah, I will. I shall.
Okay.
The only way you lose points is he's like, I'm into metal. I like Disturbed. I'm like,
no, I know. Yeah.
and don't get me wrong, I actually don't think Disturbed's a bad band. That's not it. It's like, but
it's
you're
the
not gonna
audacity. Okay.
What?
of you thinking you have a connection with someone when like so few people like stuff like that. That's for me, just being honest. And then they say that it's like the audacity. Like I got excited to connect with someone, and then you're coming at me with some System of a Down shit. Okay.
No, I look at it as like, hold on a second here. I think I got skulls. I got skulls to play with now. But no, it's just like I like Nightwish. That's cool. I like Taria. That's cool. Right?
Yeah. Have you ever heard of Amorphous?
I have.
Okay, I like Black Winter Day. That's one of my favorite songs by them. Like that's a good band too. That's kind of similar in that train.
No,
I like some of the weird shit too. Like, have you ever heard of Fin Troll? It's like Finnish troll metal.
No, I haven't listened to that one.
It's got some folk to it and some like theatrical elements. It's cool. It's fun stuff.
No, that's cool. Like that. That's very cool. Hold on a second here. Skulls are interesting because they almost look like alien. Like they almost look like aliens.
They do. It's always what part always looks weird to me is like if you look at reference or medical photo or something of a skull, the back part of our skull where it connects to the spine is so weird when it's not in the head. Yes. Like it looks so long, like, and that's what the thing is. You have to paint things how they are, not how you want to correct it sometimes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like proportionately to my eye, the way it actually is looks wrong, but it's how it looks.
No, but it's like, but it is, that is how it works. Like, no, my skulls look like this. I literally made an alien skull. I'm gonna go with alien skull. Right, but no, like they are like a fundamental part of anatomy. And I think the other thing too is understanding how things are shaped, how things are going to go. Right.
I think that's why I like paint too, though. Paint can be pretty forgiving, you know?
Well, absolutely, because you can hide it in color and splatter, and also you can kind of make your own new thing too.
Yeah, so many times when I start with something, it doesn't end up looking remotely like that. Like I'll move placements or whatever, and I think that's easier to do with paint than anything else.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. right? I tend to look at but the thing about like me doing pencils and inks like this, me about doing pencils and inks like this is I tend to you learn a lot with the lines.
Yes.
I think painting is like cooking, right? In that sense that cooking is you can screw up with cooking all the time. Don't
Yeah.
get it to be perfect. In fact, in cooking, sometimes it's better that it's not perfect, right? You can experiment with cooking. Lines are like baking. Baking, you screw up
Once you
baking.
throw in the oven, it's committed.
Well, baking's all math. It's not all
Yeah.
math kind of thing. It's got to be precise. If it's not precise, it doesn't work. Right? Hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, here, alien skull. Alien skull.
Yeah, it kind of looks like the Subhumans logo.
Yes,
Yeah.
alien skull. And you got a really good skull there. I'll do
Yeah.
mirror skull in a second, but it's like alien skull. Really, really, really
Alien
like you have
skulls
to.
are cool too. They need
Yes,
their spotlight also.
yeah. But you, on the other hand, got like this really cool. So your favorite like dark stuff that paints skulls, is that your favorite like darker stuff, like skulls and bones, or is there like something else that you really really dig?
I like I mostly will paint like people, but instead of faces, they'll have a skull or an animal head.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I don't need to go into great detail about this if you don't want to. Like I'm just saying, religious beliefs. Are we talking more of the um, I'm not going to say, shall we say, the more non-traditional beliefs or the older beliefs in the world?
Yeah, totally. I definitely like grew up being really interested in like ancient Egyptian things. I would say like I like a lot of that imagery. And then I don't know, I was raised Catholic, so like although I'm not myself, right? I have always found a fascination with religious art. Like a lot of it's really pretty. So I mean, one of the paintings I'm working on right now is like a Jesus, but with an owl head instead.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Jesus is an owl. Horton hears a who. No.
My sister said your own personal owlsis.
That's an interesting way. That's what you should call it.
Yeah.
That's what you should call it. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. No, that sounds, oof, that sounds really cool. That sounds really, really cool. I look at it from the point of view of, I look at it from the point of view of, it's interesting because because I'm thinking the animal head, like I'm looking at like a lot of, like mystical history and stuff like that. There's always men with animals on their heads or ancient Egypt. And you
Yeah.
mentioned ancient Egypt. I mean, the internet is totally like ancient Egypt reincarnated.
Yes.
Watching hieroglyphics and cat memes, and you look at ancient Egypt, it's like we have like these iconography everywhere, and you look at ancient Egypt, it's all iconography and cats.
That's our hieroglyphics, our memes. Like one day someone's gonna have to decipher this, and only, everyone who knows what it truly means is dead, and they can put their own meaning attached to it.
It's going to be interesting because our archaeology is going to be very different than
Oh
say
yeah.
other cultures because a lot of our archaeology is going to be in this machine. So here, like the part of me that feels almost sad, this is the part of me that feels sad, is
Yeah.
if this ever magically turned off. If this ever magically turned off, there'd be so much like story gone, like so much story gone. But on the same token though, You know, if this was all, if this does stay alive, this does stick around, we're gonna have more than we've ever had before. We're gonna be like this garbage pile of like memes and like seriously,
Yes.
yeah, right. And spam, like our spam is going to confound them. Like seriously, imagine like the old sex bots. Hey, I'm ASL. Like they still exist. They're just somewhere in like the depths of the internet somewhere.
In the depths, yeah, it's all still existing. It's all somewhere. It's just gonna take someone to,
Someone's gonna find it, right? It's like
someone's gonna have to sift through a lot of shit to find
yes,
these things.
it's gonna find it, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, what the hell? Well, here's another one. I did this in a story, and I had a really wonderful thought when I did this. One of my stories, I actually had a Pez dispenser being found. Like, think about a Pez dispenser, like an empty Pez dispenser.
Mm-hmm.
How do you explain that to any other culture in history?
That we like to work for our treats,
So I had this really wonderful thought, and it made me think about history in a very different way. In that, what if throughout all of history, that some of these things we considered like artifacts are nothing more than toys, kids like toys and items that parents bought their children
Yeah.
to amuse them. It's like, then that would be a really universal. That's a really cool universal connection across history and time, right? That's amazing, actually.
Yeah, they have found toys in like all different archaeological.
Mhm.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Archaeological, the word of the day.
People having animals and pets too. Like that's always been a theme too. I think that's one of the most fascinating things about ancient Egypt as well, is like that they had pet cats that guarded the grain storage things and stuff. I think it's rad. It's cool.
Yeah.
We still do that today.
We do.
Yeah.
No, it's just like one of those like, wow, we could like totally be that person. And then and then even our paintings are stories of our history. Somewhere, once upon a time, there is a me who wondered why skulls were such a big thing. There's a version of me way back in the day of thinking why skulls were such a big thing.
Yeah.
And then there's a version of you that meant foxes and stuff, and was fascinated by the world as. I think that's such a cool thing that, in some ways, I think the best thing we can say about human nature is it hasn't changed. We're still the goofy, batshit species we've always been and always will be, right? So that's the thing. I think that's a cool thing.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. All right. So, Miss Skull and Bones, before we do wrap this up, so this is not your day job yet, right?
No, it's not. I have a real job too.
You have a real job too?
And unfortunate. Yeah. I mean, I like my job, but yeah. Obviously the end goal is to do art full time.
Well, absolutely. So paintings, like, do you want to paint? Like, what's your dream? Like, what would you do with this? If this was your perfect, let's say a perfect world.
In a perfect world, I would sit at home and paint all day.
And listen,
paintings.
And do paintings all day, listen to metal at night, and just live?
Yeah.
Fine design.
What about you?
Travel a country or countries.
Yeah.
Just go to someone like you and say, hey, Kate, let's go have a coffee somewhere. I'm going to film us. Like, let's do some stupid shit and talk about it on the air. And you'll be like, I'm in.
Fire.
That's right. That's right. Do all this wild and crazy. Life's too short. I think the one thing about this time, the best thing about this time is like there's no such thing as safety. There's no, like, you realize something, like there is no safety. There's just simply here now. Life will always be filled with risk.
Well, I think that's why I like to paint darker themes, or like maybe even the skulls or things like that, is like the frailty of life and of humankind and all species in general is so interesting, except for horseshoe crab. That one seems to stay forever, but you know what I mean?
I would argue the cockroach takes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know, but like I have tarantulas. They'll die in seconds in one of those enclosures.
Yes. Fair enough. So no, tarantula would probably just be like, cockroach.
Yeah.
Right. So maybe that's the other thing that would survive the apocalypse, which would be it would, and I never would have guessed it. Like, is tarantulas.
Well, I don't know. They're fierce ears, but they're actually like pretty delicate. Like they can die from a fall. Like they can rupture their abdomen if they drop from too far of a height. So, you know.
Yeah, no, I know. But at the same token, though, they can still take those cockroaches out one by one.
That's true. Yeah. Just pay-per-view channel tarantulas versus cockroaches.
Ladies and gentlemen, in one corner we have the tarantula. In the other corner we have the cockroach. And for the rest we have like fun. And I don't know, just goofing off here on this wonderful Friday afternoon for you still at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I should ask, like painting, like would you do books? Would you do like
I mean, I'd be down to do anything like that. I think I never like painting is my main thing, but I divert too. Like I've started doing digital art in the last year. Like that was fun. My sister has a techno label, like an underground label, and so I've done t-shirt collabs with her where I drew that and did that, and it's like exploring all these things. Like I would love to learn how to do like stained glass would be cool, like I want to try everything with art stuff. Sculpture, I want to try metalworking. Like you never know what's going to bring you that joy or intrigue you.
Yeah, no, it's true. Like I'm trying drawing. I just drew a skull tonight in Pokemon. Alien Scullies.
Awesome. Bless you.
Yeah. But that all said, I mean, well, no, like I asked this because like I tend to find that with creatives, it's all about what, like, this is you, like this, what you're doing is totally you. But like if we're going to talk about living and stuff like that, it's all about it's all about how do I put this? Having a clear vision where you want to take it. Like you want to paint all day, do metal at night, or do other crazy shit at night with your friends, family, whatever. That's great. Okay, so you paint. What do you do with it? Do you put it online and say, "Hey, I'm Kate, and I'm awesome, and here's my latest painting of the skull of the not, I don't know, some silly like that."
Yeah.
Or do we do, "Hi, I'm Kate. I illustrate books for kids." That's another thing you could do. Or, "Hi, I'm so and so, and I just paint boxes and to make incredibly dumb T-shirts about them and buy my shit because I'm a hooker." No,
well, not that last
part. That last part. But
probably the first one. I don't know. I think it would be cool to eventually have like your own gallery, like a gallery show or something, or be able to, like you said, traveling, incorporate that where you can go paint abroad. People do like become like a studio artist where you get invited to go work in a certain area and paint there. I don't know. I really would love to be the eccentric weirdo artist. That's what I want to do.
I join the club. You are the eccentric weirdo artist now. It's not, and I say that in like the most loving way possible.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like where you can just be a recluse and paint. I mean, I like to go out and do stuff too. Like I go to shows or whatever, but I don't know. My happy place is when I'm by myself listening to music and painting.
Yeah, so going to now goes do an installation maybe?
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Yeah. No, the only, so this is so if you want any, if I may offer just a tiny thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, you can do all those things. You're certainly capable, and you're awesome. And I actually kind of feel bad because for the first 10 minutes I was kind of out of it just because of everything. And I opened my mouth and I paid the price over somewhere else, and I needed to do it. It was the right thing for me to do, but it was just like I wasn't in that space. But doing this with you has been great. And I needed that, and so I want to thank you very much for that. But I want, as in return, this is my thought for you about what you're doing.
Okay, let's get it.
Okay, so that's whatever you visualize, you can make happen, right? But here's the thing: you want to say, let's say you want to do like a gallery, okay? Cool. So how do you do that? Well, first and foremost, you make a shit ton of paintings. Now, for you, the theme to me doesn't seem like that would be hard for you to figure out. So what am I going to do? Right? You'll figure that. Like at that part, you get nailed down. Right? But, how do I put this in a fun way? So, get the first page. So now, there's these art studios in town. I might know a guy, or maybe I know a guy that knows a guy, or I knows a guy that knows a guy that knows a guy. And yeah, so what tends to happen there is you'll find that person, and you'll do that thing, and you'll go for it. And all of a sudden, boom, you might get that show like that. Just sometimes today something as simple. But the point is, whatever you choose to do, figure out those little steps, how you're going to get there. Like for me, first step, I don't want to be in Windsor no more, so I'm going to go to Calgary. When I go to Calgary, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing here, keep making an ass of myself on the air. It's what I do. It's what I do.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's great, right?
Yeah.
At the same token, then it's like get my driver's, get my license, get myself prepped to go, find the lamest mystery machine band in the universe. Have fun with that. Then from there, right? When I go make my first phone call, I'll be like, hey, Kate, can I hang out with you at San Diego when I'm ready to go? Then I go. I start. I bring a camera, get like an obnoxious camera, set it up somewhere. We go to somewhere you like to go. And it's like, make fun of my obnoxious camera. And we have ourselves a wonderful conversation. Then I go, because Joe's in the stream. Hey, Joe, I'm in California. Want to go have a beer? And Joe will say, I'd like beer. Beer's great. I go, let's see Joe. And then when I'm done, let's go Joe. Call next. Hey, you want to go hang out? Yeah, sure. And then slowly make big ass videos of me doing stupid shit for for the remainder of my life, and be like, why are you doing it? Because it's fun.
Well, you can do that.
Exactly.
Look at Jackass as like an entire franchise.
That's right.
Yeah.
They can do fuck yeah. See,
yeah.
I was like, fuck
easy.
Yeah.
You got this, dude.
Yeah, totally. But see, I have a very specific outline of what I'm going about to do it.
Yeah.
You gotta just have the same specific outline.
I feel like as long as like I trust that I will be able to do that, and it's just every day I have to do a little baby step. You know what I mean? Like whether that's like right now I'm about to move out to where like right now I just have a room that I rent, but I'm about to move in a few months to like a space where like I can freely do art bigger than what I currently do.
That's no, like baby steps is good, but like the big goals, right?
Yeah.
That's how Kate becomes a studio gala, at least a local studio artist. Then people go, her shit's awesome. Let's see if I can do more. And then the next thing you know, you go to the next place and the next place and the next place and the next place. Right? And then you're famous and rich and shit. And now someone's like, right? That can happen.
Oh yeah, I think the internet is like the best tool for that too. Like that's kind of, I only started putting my art out there about a year and a half ago online,
Mm-hmm.
That was a big deal for me.
And do you have obnoxious t-shirts yet? You should have obnoxious t-shirts.
I don't. I have stickers.
Stickers is good. Hey, Stickers rule. When cons become a regular thing, I'm serious. You go to a con, you show up, you have like a table. First off, draw shit. You're great at it. Like honestly, you're great. You should not ever doubt that. But the second thing is when people come up to you and be like, oh my God, you got a sticker. Right? Right?
Yeah. Stickers are the best. Stickers are fire.
Yeah. No, it's totally like that's it. That's where it's going. Right? Don't and then suddenly that kid is gonna like no, hey, I remember, Kate, she was awesome. You got any cool things? And then you gotta get yourself something medium sized. Like it's an obnoxious t-shirt is medium sized, like in terms of a gift, but even like a little booklet of your stuff, right? then suddenly like people like, okay, so because again, you gotta look at it, like you're gonna get big sales, but they might come few, depending on the economy, that might be few and far between, right?
Yeah.
Medium sales. Dear God, I should be doing this as a consultation. Medium sales, and then like tiny sales. And depending on the economy, like your tiny sales are going to be what carry you through, right?
Yeah.
Right. You know,
it's true. It's like people are, I would say I more frequently sell prints than I do original pieces, right? But like I see what you're saying, like from a business standpoint, is like making a print, like the one original sells once, but the print can sell over and over and over again.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, you're going to be creating for the rest of your life.
Yes.
I'm lazy. I don't always want to be creating for money. I'm lazy. Right. I would rather, if my stuff can constantly resell, right? If my stuff can constantly resell,
yeah. The feeling of when I'm painting a commission versus when I'm painting something that I'm choosing to paint, or like sometimes I like painting without even a plan, and just doing that. It's just such a different vibe, and you can just tell when you're like in alignment with what you really want to do.
Exactly. I'm kind of trying to figure out like the last piece of my puzzle because I write stuff. I'm kind of a big mouse, and I'm good with it. I draw. All right. I'm good with that, but I feel like I need to figure out a way to put that together perfectly, and I haven't quite figured that out yet. But when I do, it's gonna be like, okay, I get to meet. I'll be making an obnoxious ass of myself in the very, very not too distant future for all to see.
Fire! I'll be there.
Exactly. Sweet. I'll tell it.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, you have to come back again because I feel like we should hang out again, at least on the show. You can show your rabbit. We can draw more obnoxious stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So real quick, because I gave your ultimate, like your ultimate. We gotta do this. We gotta do this as a wrap up, and then we'll wrap up. Your favorite nerd story. What when we talked about what made you an art, but what are we talked about some like random shit in our brains that we've been brainwashed with. Like I sang Team Rocket earlier. I did Pokemon theme earlier. What's in your head? Like what's still in your head from when you were a kid that you watched and or loved and it's stuck with you?
So I'm still into a lot of the stuff that I was when I was a kid. I have this whole category I call dad movies. And it's like movies that my dad showed me, and like Terminator or Predator. I'm like obsessed with Predator, even like Alien versus Predator. I have like a full sleeve of Predator and Alien tattoos. Anything like that I'll buy. Like Predator stuff. So that's like the one thing that I'm still pretty nerdy about. I love him.
You just like seriously, you're like the ultimate metal chick. You're like death, destruction, and like just a touch of sweetness. Like that's like a metal chick. I'm serious. Like I say that like I hope not being like insulting when I say that. Just like it's like because it's like you just like you're like I love this dark stuff.
But right? I'm still a nice person.
That's right.
Okay.
I'm still sweet. I'm still kind.
Yeah. You can have both. I'm a Libra. It's the balance.
Me too. October.
Oh, you are? October what?
4th.
Okay, I'm the 17th. Well, our birthdays are coming up.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping I'm back in Calgary on my birthday. That's kind of what I want to do. That's my goal.
Awesome. Is that like your goal of the date, right?
That's my goal. Well, I've said this in other shows. This city drives me nuts, and like not the best way. I'm not crazy about it at all.
Yeah.
I would just rather, if I'm going to do this, I'd rather do this in a place where at least I know these people I care about and respect and love.
Well, yeah, for sure. It's a whole different thing when you're like surrounded by supportive or people that you feel understood by.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, like that's it, right? That's it. But that's kind of my nice immediate goal. But anyway, Joe, fuck yeah, indeed. You would like if when I get to California, if and when I get to California, that's what we're do, right? But anyway, Kate, you rock. You rock. You rock.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So why don't you tell people where they can find you?
Oh well, I don't know. It shows on there. Yeah, Mute Dysphoria. That's my Instagram and my Facebook page.
Okay, so hold on a second here. That's it? Oh, I did that wrong. Oh, yeah, I did it right. I did that right. Is that right?
Well, I can't see it.
Oh, it's facebook.com/mute dysphoria. Damn
Yeah.
this thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and Instagram is Mute Dysphoria also. Yeah.
So find all that stuff, folks. Find her, follow her. She will be posting. I will be posting my incredible attempts at skulls in just a bit, and also Pokemon because I did Pokemon today as well.
Yeah, we got both ends of the spectrum, but both
That's
cool
right.
shit.
Skulls and Pokemon. That was the theme.
Pokemon. Yeah.
Gotta catch them, and I can't help it. It's in my head. It's in my head. Help. Anyways, guys, I really enjoyed the show. I hope you guys did too. Mute Dysphoria, Kate, you rock. I needed this, and thank you very much for this. For everybody else watching, listening, thank you for watching and listening to this show. If you want to support the podcast, you can do so in a number of different ways. Hit the like, follow button on my Twitch. Hit the like, follow button on my YouTube channel. I'm on my podcast is my podcast, and it's great. Yeah, hello, visitor, welcome. We're just wrapping up, but thanks for coming in for the minute anyway. Kate's awesome, and I hope you guys have yourselves a great and wonderful time the rest of this weekend. Next week we're back. I'm doing 3 episodes next week. I'm kind of getting my shit together. That's kind of the goal. Kate, we'll figure out when you can come back. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Beyond that, guys, stay inspired. Keep shining in the dark. I'll see you guys tomorrow.